It had incredible destructive power. Beyond that, it had a sense of pride.
What's up, y'all? We back at it with another video talking about Kaiju number 8. Now, we didn't get a new chapter today. We got that 119.1 where they pretty much do a slideshow, show us different artworks. It's nothing new in particular, but I wish they'd stop doing that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I love Kaiju number 8, but that is something I wish they would stop.
Stop that shit, man.
Doing, man. I'd be so amped and so hyped for the next chapter. I'm like, yo, making sure I get home early from the gym just to get to this chapter. And I sit down and I'm like, yo, this another showcase chapter?
I play with my emotions.
I should have known, given the time of year it is, I should have known it was going to be a showcase chapter. But no, your boy had his hopes up. He was excited. He was ready to get home. And yeah, I got disappointed. Some of the pictures were dope that they had. Some of the pictures were dope, but at the same time, man, that shit had me hot.
I'm sick of this shit.
That shit had me hot. So they definitely need to stop doing with the showcase. If anything, just add those couple extra pages to the end of a chapter and I'll be satisfied. Let me know how y'all feel. But in this particular video, we're going to talk about what I think is going to happen in the next chapter, 120. Now, I see a lot of people were upset with the previous chapter. They said they wanted Kafka to have some type of transformation now that he has become completely synced with the kaiju within him. And I get where you're coming from. I myself thought that as well. But at the same time, he just acquired this. He just got synced with this kaiju. I say give it time. Within the 3rd or 4th page of chapter 120 of the battle that, Kafka is going to have with this ancient kaiju. I wish they'd give it a straight up name, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me know down below, what's a good name for this ancient kaiju that we've been facing off with the past few chapters. But yeah, I think over the next few pages of chapter 120, you're going to have it where Kafka is getting synced, and he's not completely synced at where we left off at 119. He's ramping up, he's getting there. He's not starting full force right at the beginning. I think as the battle prolongs, their fusion or their sync, this, I guess synchronization, if that's even a word, will get higher and higher, where you're going to have it a moment like very similar to how the defense force are able to raise their combat power level. You're going to have it where Kafka and the kaiju within him, their sync level is going to constantly rise. It's going to constantly improve throughout the battle that he's having with this ancient kaiju. You got to think, there's so many people, so many souls of sorrow within that kaiju that's inside of Kafka, that it's going to take time to absorb all that into his being. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. It's going to be something that happens gradually throughout the battle. So I feel like that's what's going to go on. You're going to have it where Kafka is going to constantly feel this power in him surging, where each moment he's going to be a little bit faster than he was the previous moment. I feel like that's going to go down, and you're going to have people who bear witness to this, such as Hoshina and Mina. They're still on the battlefield. They haven't been killed or taken out. You're going to have it where they're observing, and they're going to see Kafka and like, yo, he's getting faster. He's even faster than he was a moment ago. And then you're going to have it where he's constantly transforming. And if some of y'all guys don't believe this is going to be the case, hey, look, man, you don't got to take my word on it. But think about when Kafka was facing off against the general, and the general was wearing the number 2 armor. As Kafka was facing off against the general, he was undergoing a transformation then.
Number 8's strength is increasing beyond what Esau anticipated.
And he wasn't even completely synced with the kaiju within him. He was getting bigger. He was getting more spikes and horns on his body. He was becoming an absolute monster in order to take down the kaiju in front of him, which was the general. But, they couldn't, the kaiju within Kafka couldn't distinguish between a person wearing a suit and an actual kaiju in front of him. So that's Kafka not even 100% synced with the kaiju within him. Now that he's synced with this kaiju, you think he's not going to undergo a transformation? I'm telling you, by the end of chapter 120, you're going to have it where Kafka is going to be standing there. You're going to have it where ancient kaiju is going to be like surprised and puzzled, even though this thing hasn't really showed any type of emotion. But you're going to have it where it's going to have a confused look, where it's trying to analyze and figure out what's going on. You might even have a moment where number 9 might reappear. You know, the personality of number 9 might still be there, a little conscious somewhere in there, very similar to like what happened with the general, how he still remained inside of number 9 up until a certain point before he completely faded away. You might have that same situation with number 9 as he sees Kafka, as the ancient kaiju sees Kafka in this new form, and Kafka is going to be standing there. I guarantee you holding his hand, looking at it like, yo, it's like my body is finally accepting the transformation that the kaiju wanted. And then that's when we're going to pretty much have it where Kafka is not going to be able to go back to its normal form. Then you're going to have it where Hoshina and Mina, they're going to be looking at Kafka and they're going to be like, what has he just became? Like, what is he right now? And you're going to have it where he's going to go in, and that's pretty much where the chapter is going to end. And we're going to be left like, yo, I need the next chapter. You know how Kaiju number 8 do with the cliffhangers. It always leaves you wanting more. And I guarantee you that's what's going to happen in the upcoming chapter. Not only that, I'm very curious if we're going to see Hoshina in an upcoming chapter. Because it looks like that wound he took, it looked like it was by the heart. I can't say for sure, but the fact that he was still able to talk to Kafka and make the statement like, yo, show him what you made of. I passed the baton to you. That's just an epic moment. I love that. But the fact that he actually did that, and he had the strength to do that, means he may still be alive. It might be one of those situations very similar to Reno when he first faced off against number 9, where he had to focus and use the suit to close his wounds. So maybe, you know, your boy Gin has actually did that, and maybe he might even make another appearance in this battle to give Kafka the upper hand. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I do want Kafka to finish off this ancient kaiju, but at the same time, there's certain characters I want to be involved. I feel like Gin should have a shot at it because how valuable and how special the general was to him, especially if you go back and read like the spin-off manga. I can't even think of the name of the spin-off manga, but where it gave you detail about, matter of fact, it was called B-Side, but it gave you details on how Gin and his relationship with the general actually came to be. So I feel like Gin deserves a shot against this ancient kaiju, not him just passing the baton. No, I feel like he deserves it. Even then, when you think about the moment where he shook Kafka's hand and he said like, yo, aid me in avenging the general. And Kafka agreed to it. I also feel like your girl Kikaru, she deserves a shot too. It's been quite some time since we've seen her. The battle she had with number 15, don't get me wrong, it was amazing. But I feel like she still needs to, get some get back on this ancient kaiju because of her father, the general, as well. Just like Gin, her father meant a lot to her, and he lost his life facing this beast. He lost his life facing this monster. And to be honest with you, when you think about it, our heroes here, they got off lucky that they wasn't able to push number 9 to that point where the ancient kaiju would come out of him, because at that point in time when the general died, they were no match for this thing. They would have been no match for these things, because as far as Gin, he's wearing the number suit. All these people got number suits. None of them had it back in that time. So I do feel like Kikaru, back to what I was saying, I do feel like Kikaru deserves her shot against this ancient kaiju. And also I would say Reno as well, because Reno always wanted to fight, side by side with Kafka, and he did do it to a certain extent when he first came to the battlefield, allowing Kafka to make it to Mina so that he can actually save Mina. So he did do it, but that wasn't enough. To me, they were fighting henchmen, and to me, that wasn't worthy enough for him to say, yeah, I accomplished my dream by being strong enough to stand by your side. No, I feel like he needs to aid in this battle against this ancient kaiju as well. So those are 3 characters I hope get another shot. Well, I hope get a shot against this ancient kaiju. I know Gin had his shot, but I want Gin to get another shot. But Reno and Kikaru, I want them to get a shot as well. I want all of them to be fighting together with Kafka to take down this ancient kaiju. And for whatever reason, this ancient kaiju does desire to assimilate Mina. Going by number 9 statement, no one has ever managed to escape. So at some point, I feel like it's probably going to try to go at Mina, or it might even get her towards the end. We just don't know. But yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen in the next chapter. Kafka transformation is going to happen. It's something that we will bear witness to in the upcoming chapter, as well as, you know what I'm saying, you know, him just looking badass and looking amazing, and them ending on some type of cliffhanger for chapter 120. But what I really want to ask y'all before I wrap this video up, do you think this is the final battle? Do you think the opponent that these guys are going up against is the final villain? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, thumb it up. Please subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Hoping you have a great day or night wherever you are. This your boy Nero Megaman signing out. Peace.